You've done your job now. It's time for the biggest part of your training. It's something most will remember. It's your first spar. It's time to see where you're at with your training. And how did I handle my first spar? Continue watching to find out. And who am I? I'm Edsel Lamore. I'm a soon-to-be amateur boxer and a future pro boxer, and this is my journey to becoming world champion. If you guys are down to continue this journey with me, let's get started. So for today's video, this week started out on Wednesday instead of Monday the usual, because Monday I forgot my tripod, and Tuesday, you guys know that I'm not making YouTube money yet, so I had to go to work. And so Wednesday was the first day I actually got footage in, and I already knew that I was going to be I already knew I was going to be sparring that day. So the whole day I didn't really do anything but jump rope, trying to get my heart rate back up, but I was really excited. Like most people would think that you're nervous. Was I nervous? No, I was just really amped up, I was really excited to see how everything that I did so far would actually come together. And that was like the main thing that I was trying to get into. I just really wanted to see, like, I knew I was probably going to do the best. I just wanted to see how much the training I've been putting into for these last 2-3 weeks were going to actually help me out. For the first part of the spar, you guys know that for the past 2 videos I've been working on my jab, especially. So I was trying to use my jab, just try to get him to like respect that I'm actually not gonna just be somebody that's nervous that just tenses up. I was actually just trying to pop it in, and he was backing up a bit, and he would catch me a few times, but it wasn't really anything that was getting me really scared of anything like that. So I just continued using my jab, and that was pretty much it. A few times I would try to get my right hand into the occasion, but usually I was just using my jab. We end up getting into the middle, and I try to go to the body to try to push him back. He catches me 3 times, and I'm like, hold up, why are my hands up? And I get him to the ropes, and I'm just tapping him here, just letting him know I'm still in front of him and active. And also I'm like, what the fuck am I supposed to do when my opponent does this? That's not something I really prepared for. So it was kind of just like, let me just do whatever, but I'm not trying to like fucking just swing for the fences. I'm not trying to hurt the dude. It's still a spar, we got to remember. And that was pretty much it for the first round. I was really exhausted. I don't know if it was because I was way too excited, so I was already amped up and I just had a stamina like dump. But I was really tired. I was like breathing really heavy already, and that's something that I really do want to work on, is my stamina, and also just calming myself down, because maybe I was just a tad bit too excited to get into this first spar. But yeah, second round I was fucking exhausted. Again, I knew the next round was going to be hard because, again, I was exhausted. So I just started out jabbing, trying to let him know, like, you can't just come into my space. I'm just circling around using my footwork and jab because, honestly, I just wanted to survive. I knew that since I was getting tired, my arms were going to drop at some point. So it was like, let me just jab, move around, try not to get hit too much. And yeah, sometimes I would push him back into the corner, and you guys are probably like, why am I not pressuring him? In my head, the whole time, I'm like, he's taught me certain stuff where if I get backed up into a corner, if I get backed up to the ropes, how to counter that. So in my head, I'm like, why wouldn't he use it against me? So I'm like jabbing, and then sometimes I'll back up and then I'll go back in with my jab, just making sure that he doesn't like just catch me at some point, if I'm just going to continue doing like certain combos and stuff like that. At some point though, my concern actually became a reality. My arms dropped and he hit me with a pretty good shot. It didn't daze me or anything, like I wasn't out or anything, but it did make me go off balance. And after that, you could really tell that I was really, really exhausted, and I'm biting at every feint that he does, and it was just getting bad. It was getting bad, but what do you call it? And something that I brought up in the last video was bringing up food. This has been something that I've been wanting to bring up since the first video, but again, I told you guys that I really didn't even have money for groceries at the time, so I was basically just eating like shit. And why would I show you guys me eating like shit? It's so that you guys can better yourselves. For today, after my spar, I had brown rice, asparagus, broccoli, and fish to eat for my dinner, and then I had a Propel water. It was grape flavored, and what do you call it? Propel is for what do you call it? It's for people that aren't like, I like water. I love water. But if you're not trying to just have like something bland, like if you're consistently drinking water and you're getting bored of it, Propel is a really good alternative. So that's something that I used so that I can add a bit of flavor to my whole beverage. The next day was just me on a heavy bag. Pop was teaching me about the distance on where I could have more of an advantage with my punches, and actually like rotating my waist and stuff like that, because I really wasn't doing that type of stuff. He was also introducing me to the left hook. The left hook, well, hooks in general wasn't something that I was really prioritizing or really trying to learn. So what do you call it? Today we were working on it, and he was actually showing me how to throw it. Because before, when I would throw it, it was kind of just an arm punch, and also it was something that could lead into an actual injury. So he was just trying to teach me how to do that. That day, he made me push to actually hit harder and faster, and he was pushing me really hard. Like, I barely had any breaks that day. And what do you call it? Those 30 seconds, the last 30 seconds of the last round I did that day, it was fucking hard. I thought I was gonna break my hand. My hand started to hurt. My shoulder started to hurt. But he kept on pushing me. I knew I couldn't stop. I was slowing down a bit, but I knew I couldn't fucking stop. And that's for everybody here. If you guys are gonna slow down, just don't stop and try to pick up again. And yeah, that's what I continued to do. I was going hard on it, and 30-second beep started, and I was done. I was able to breathe again, and that was pretty much it for that day. And honestly, during those 30 seconds, I really truly did want to quit. But I made a promise to you guys. This is the journey, and this is the motivation that some people really need to see, that what do you call it? No matter what, you guys could do this. I was tired as fuck, but I knew that I couldn't let you guys down, but also I couldn't let myself down. This is something that I really want to do, and this is a journey that I want to take, and it's going to hurt, and I have to accept that, and I have accepted it. And hopefully, what do you call it? The more pain that I gain, the less pain I will feel when I'm actually in a fight, and so that I can celebrate more with you guys. And honestly, when I got home, my right shoulder was kind of shot. And to eat, I had broccoli, cauliflower rice, asparagus, broccoli, and ground beef. And for dessert, I had oranges, and again, I had a Propel water, grape flavored. That's it for the video this week. I just wanted to show you my first spar and also what I did after. I pretty much did the same stuff that I did in the last video.